Following that historic announcement earlier this afternoon that they're to share the memorial ground with Bristol Rugby Club. Bob Constantine charts the decade away.
Bristol Rovers have always had a vocal and loyal following, but for the past 10 years they've been a club without a proper home. It's a decade since they left Bristol to share Bath City's ground at Twerton Park, 12 miles away. Eastville may have been Rovers' spiritual home, but they didn't own that either, having sold it during the war to help pay off mounting debts. They then took a series of leases on the ground from the Greyhound company that bought it. But success on the field, such as a Watney Cup win and the 1974 Third Division promotion campaign, were offset by another growing financial crisis. When the stadium burnt down, Bristol Rovers, as tenants, got nothing from the insurance payout, and after a dispute over rent, they headed for Bath. After 9 seasons at Twerton Park, they're finally heading back to Bristol, where their long-term goal is still a brand new stadium. Bob Constantine, HTV News.
Well, in a moment, I'll be talking with Dave Tyler of Bristol Rugby Club for his reaction to today's news. But earlier this afternoon, I caught up with Vice Chairman Jeff Dunford of Bristol Rovers for his immediate reaction.
Well, we've been at Bath 10 years now, and it's been the most successful ground sharing scheme in the country, Will. But since we've been there, the day that we moved there, we've been trying to get back to Bristol. The union with Bristol Rugby Club is the first step. Moving the club training headquarters to the beaches at Brislington is the second step, and hopefully the new stadium will be the third step.
You had a census of supporters before a recent home game asking them where they wanted to go. Bristol Rugby Club came out very high on that. Was that a strong influence in this decision?
Well, it was, but I think that negotiations had been going on long before then, Will. It was a question that really this part of Bristol is our heartland, and that's where our main support is. So that's the survey was understandable, but you know, I mean, it's a great move for us, and I'm sure that on the pitch and commercially, both Bristol Rugby Club and Bristol Rovers can enhance their positions.
That's Jeff Dunford, Vice Chairman of Bristol Rovers, talking at the club's new headquarters at the beaches in Brislington. In a moment, I'll be talking with Vice Chairman of the Supporters Club, Steve Burns, but let me first of all turn to Dave Tyler of the Rugby Club. Dave, what does this mean for Bristol?
Well, it means a few things. I mean, first of all, it means a lot more income on straightforward income streams. It also means a lot of capital investment into the ground through the Bristol Rovers, something which at the moment we are not able to put into the ground ourselves.
The topic that's bound to come up is that of local residents. How are they going to feel about having two first-class sporting teams playing at the Memorial Ground every week?
Well, I think our initial reaction, or their initial reaction, is that they're unhappy about the Rovers coming here. It's been something that a few of them have been wise enough to let us know beforehand. But we've taken soundings from Twerton Park, and it would seem to us that the residents there have no misgivings about the Rovers, having been there for the last 10 years. And certainly I think football as a sport has changed. I think also as a sports club, we ought to be a bit more tolerant than most others and try and reconcile the Rovers coming back to Bristol.
Let me ask you about the pitch, because one very obvious difference is this is a rugby pitch, not a football pitch. How's that going to be dealt with?
Well, again, we've taken advice from the Turf Institute. They've been down, given a report on the ground. They've given us a course of action to follow. But from both clubs' point of view, with the income streams that are likely to come from this joint venture are such, then we ought to be able to spend the time and the extra money involved in making sure the pitch is in prime condition.
Well, let me bring Steve Burns of the Rovers Supporters Club into the conversation. Steve, you're back in Bristol. What does it feel like?
Oh, absolutely delighted. You can't really believe we were at Twerton for 10 years, but I know all the Rovers fans, or majority of them, are just really looking forward to coming back to Bristol and being just up the road from where we were before. Over the moon, as they call it. Wonderful.
You're actually standing on the pitch now. What do you make of the ground?
Tremendous. I mean, I've obviously been here a few times to watch rugby. Once this new stand's been built, I can see it, a really nice ground, and I just looking forward to next season. It's going to be absolutely superb, and I think really the support's going to come as well. I'm sure we're going to get a few more thousands through the turnstiles.
Well, it's a fantastic day for Bristol Rovers and their supporters. Good day too for Bristol Rugby.